Proxy Table Gaming. He is Lucky Sixes. He's also with Hyper G. We're PTG. We're PTG. You
We're
and me.
PTG. We're PTG.
A few other people who also consider themselves part of PTG.
Mm.
Whether we agreed to that contract or not, I don't
It's a bit of
remember.
a network, really. I wouldn't say
Yeah.
PTG is an entity that
I like
we
that.
are,
It's an
even
entity.
even we are only a part of.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But it definitely was created on a car home from Bristol 6 years ago.
It was,
So
yeah.
yeah, that
God,
is
6 years,
undisputed.
blimey.
6 years, yeah, 6 years.
Well,
Seven
that's the
years in
first.
March.
That's the first comment. If you've been with us, if you saw the first bat reps, which by the way,
Oh boy, my editing skills.
by the
Well,
way,
I didn't edit actually, so
no,
my
yeah,
skills were fine. I just didn't put them into the videos.
when we're like the
Yeah,
screen is like
it's over on the wrong
anyway,
side.
if
Yeah,
you've been with us for that long, firstly thank you so much, and
yes.
secondly put in the comments about
Your
what
first bat
videos you remember.
memory.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny,
And
man.
obviously, after you put in the comments, go back and watch any you haven't seen because they're all
Absolutely.
worth watching without fail. You know,
Yeah, just for comedy
um,
value, if nothing else. Interestingly,
yeah,
the first ones we did were straight after the tournament in the hotel,
yeah,
because
they
that's how we
were.
thought we would do it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We played our first tournament. Well, I wasn't even supposed to be in that tournament. Um, I was
Yes.
a last minute replacement, wasn't I? And yeah, we recorded your round one on the Saturday night because before at that point there was no curry night. We didn't know anyone.
No, no. Yeah, yeah.
So anywho, this isn't a trip down memory
We'll tell you
lane.
what.
As much as I'm enjoying it,
What we do is we'll save this for a dedicated video at some point.
yeah,
Maybe towards
memories
the
of
end of the year.
PTG.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
And
cool.
let us know any questions you'd have for that as well.
Yes,
Because
yes.
that would be great, and we'll do some more of them. But right now, when we
But,
did our first bat reps, we never thought any of us would
no.
ever get anywhere close to the ETC. But here we are, baby.
Yeah,
ETC, round 5,
absolutely.
last day. Not gonna lie, England haven't been doing that great.
Oh, whereabouts are
We're
you in the table at this point?
we're not top half.
Right. Okay, that narrows it down. Yeah.
Struggling to get top 2/3.
Okay. Yeah.
We're around that
Still.
sort of
Yeah.
like there's 28 teams, so I think we're about the sort of
So would
24,
mediocrity
25.
be a good word for
Mediocrity,
it?
yeah. Just we're
Okay.
there to have fun.
Yeah.
However, at the end of the day, we do have one of our goals still available to us,
Okay.
which is top home nation. So
Yeah. Oh,
all of
right,
the
because
home
the other two are
nations,
also not doing brilliantly.
three. Come on, don't forget
Three.
Ireland. Blimey.
Hey, you don't know I forgot Ireland. I might have forgot
Yes, I
one of the other
did.
two.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, there you go.
Just to
No,
sit you up
no.
a bit more. Yes, I did. Um,
Look, don't get me in trouble with the in-laws, okay?
Absolutely. But yeah, all four of us are kind of sitting in around. Ireland well started off really well, and then kind of got dropped down a bit, and we started off really
Okay.
badly, and sort of got. So we're all kind of around the same sort of place. So
Okay.
we're all looking ahead. That's now because we're not going to get podium. I'm sorry to say. That's
Oh,
now our scores. I still have some personal goals. Like, I want a
yes.
proper win, I would say, rather than the 11s and
The
12s.
little drab draws, yeah.
And I also don't want to get 20'd.
No,
So
so
they're
that's
my
always a
two
threat.
things. So
Yeah.
I've got my personal goals, but we're still top. So we're still on course, shall we
And
say?
after your last ingenious tactic that finished the last battle, are you feeling confident or are you feeling baffled?
You know what? I'm feeling fine
Oh,
personally.
great.
I'm like, you know what? I'm feeling great. However, as this picture will show, up to now,
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
avoided dwarves.
You have.
now,
No
now,
longer.
it's not because I've particularly got anything
Good.
personal against them. Kind
You
of.
have to be careful when you say this sort of discussion, don't you? You know, we're talking at ninth age dwarves,
Oh,
right,
of
for the
course. Yeah.
record.
I mean, to
If
be
someone
fair, I've
just tunes
avoided
in for
dwarves.
10 seconds and they
Yeah.
hear that, you know.
Yeah, at some point, yeah, I did avoid them otherwise, but not intentionally. Um,
Yeah.
anyway, um, I kind of said at the out of it, I don't play dwarves much. I don't have much experience against them, and really, there's the Gunline Shane list, is what I would describe as
the organ gun
MSU list,
nightmare.
which is quite prevalent, and then
Terry.
like Jack Austin's or like the Rush Vanguard Seekers lists.
Seeker list, yeah.
And I don't really like any of them. I haven't particularly
No.
got a lot of range, so I can't shoot them from range. They definitely outrange me, even the MSU ones. And just like there's just little bits here and there. Like for example, Fraser's list from Scotland is just a shutdown magic, and if I go against that, that's annoying. And I think it's just going to be dull games.
Yeah.
However, here I am against MSU, and my team going, you know what, you can do this, you can do this. And I'm like,
yeah,
okay,
you can
yeah,
do
I can
this.
Yeah, I can do this.
How do I do this?
I swig my drink, which today is sponsored by Lucasade. Other Lukes are available.
And Zaids, because we're still waiting for those sponsorship emails.
I'm pretty sure this is the only Zaid.
7-Up.
Anyway.
Was it 7-Up or Fanta? I can't remember.
All of them.
All of them. Yeah, anyone. We'll take any offer.
We'll take a Vimto at this point, you know?
Well, we would, yeah.
But yeah. So
what's the flag? I can't tell who the flag is.
Serbia's Dwarves.
I should have known.
Get straight into it. We know our list. Here it is if you want to pause it and have a look.
Pause.
Wraiths and and here is the MSU dwarf list, and
that's MSU. Yeah,
it's cool. It is cool.
2 characters, less than 400 points on characters. Wow,
I know, and
love it.
In this one, it's just wait for it. I tell you what, if you spot the Thane, also put that in the comments. That'll be the thing for this. It's got the organ gun, which is the dreaded organ gun in my thing. It just kills anything, and just so the idea with the organ gun is either rush it and kill it turn 1, or stay out of 30 inches for 6 turns. Just having
because they're magical attacks as well, aren't they?
Yeah, so just having that in my head, it's just like, oh right, so just got to put that up. But everyone was quite confident in the matchup. This is like in terms of vampires into this because I can heal back a lot of the shooting. One-on-one, zero of these threats scare me. It's obviously just the multi-charges and blah 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 blah. So I had never played this style of list before. I even tried to ask a few dwarf players to play it, and they said they didn't know how to play it. So in like practice. So this was a really interesting one for me, and one I got told to be positive about. So there we go.
You will be positive, don't you?
Encircle Spores of War.
I was going to say, are we doing Breakthrough? Because Breakthrough is always advantage dwarf or advantage
because of the minors, right? But
exactly,
the Spores of War. So you got that's the 3 tokens. So
that's a tough one for him, actually. He's got to cover a lot of ground.
Me with the 3 big scoring units, I felt like if I could get, and literally just if I could get 2 of them, not even think about the third one. Maybe we're onto a winner.
I suppose the only danger with that is because he's got so many units, he could just grab the third without being contended, and then you really got to hold on to the other 2.
Exactly. But, so let's see what we do. So
oh my goodness, not again.
This was our matchups, and not a single red in sight.
I need to sit you down. And seriously, guys, I mean, I'm all for positive thinking, but
I've got to say, I think this is Josh's 8th green, or whatever it is.
Oh, absolutely.
But so
good matchups, good pairings. Well done,
Captain
Hugh.
Good pairings, and Hugh and Tanker took over that sort of thing with a lot of help from Jake, I think, as well. I in the pairings bit before they talked, they were like, "Oh, you could get dwarves. Let's upgrade it from a red to a orange." So I was like, "Oh, okay, right, fine." So I'm expected to get an 8 to 12 in this one.
Okay.
I'll say I'm expected to because I thought it'd be a 5 to 8 at absolute best. But so we get into it, and this is our matchups and things. We'll see how we get on in the end. This is them doing the matchups and all focused in, and they were really, really fun a lot as well. They give it a bit of banter as well. They had these cards which were artwork made, which are very nice. I didn't spread them all out, which I probably should have for a photo. But the artwork standard continues. You'll have to trust me for the remaining things. So very, very nice.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
And here was the deployment. I got big center, and went thusly. He went there. I get chance to go first. So, being positive, my thoughts are, well, on that left side, either my ghouls or my vampires will take that unit, that spoil.
Yeah.
And ghasts and/or skeletons will take the center. Either one.
You're playing your ghouls in bus formation a lot more than I thought you would be.
Yeah, well, because I started out Horde, and they just didn't do. I don't know. Something about the ghouls I'm starting not to like as a
That's like
player.
years and years of vampire play. They have always been in your army.
Love Poison, love Rest 4. Everything else is just kind of meh-ish. And don't get me wrong, the core of vampires is rubbish, and I guess the lore of them is because they're slightly better than rubbish. Well, they're not going to do any damage. They're there for.
They're not there to do
reasons.
Damage.
Well, exactly, which is where ghouls kind of trick you. And you think,
they have
got poison, they've got 2 attacks each.
That's one to hit on the second round, that sort of thing.
Are they? So I think they trick you into thinking they're better than they are. But anyway, so I've gone into that really just a bit more because I don't envisage them doing anything. Also, as well, I looked at my opponent and nothing is more than 100 mil wide. So there's no real point in me going Horde because I won't get all 8 as well. So there's kind of that as well. If we go on my thing, we've got Vampire Knights, Ghouls, Dogs, Skelly Brick, Dogs, Ghasts, Wraiths and Bats with the Spirit Host behind. Spirit Host and Wraiths, I've got to be careful of those Hold Guardians because they're magical attacks.
Oh, yeah. Which
is a bit of a unforeseen thing. From his point of view, he's got the Dragon Seeker dude out on this left flank. Some core warriors, Hold Guardians, something behind them. What are the smaller flying ones? Not the gyrocopters. Yeah, gyrocopters. The organ gun, steamcopters, whatever it is. The organ gun. So then you've got the 2 more core warriors. At the back, you've got a cannon and a whatever the other one was.
Ballista.
Bolt thrower, I think. Ballista. Organ gun is the one in front, the one a bit closer. The 2 gyro bombers with some more core guys behind them. Steamcopters, Hold Guardians, and those other guys on the flank. Obviously, looking at that token as well.
Yeah.
So from my point of view, I don't really like the Spirit Host going that way, but they're the only thing that's going to go that way, and probably just to see if I can annoy him over there and keep them so they're not coming over to the main.
Because he's put 2 scoring over there, and if you can keep 2 scoring, having to get that objective, then it's a win for you, I think.
Because, I think so. Obviously,
the risk was that he had 1 scoring over there, got the objective,
yeah,
and you didn't get points for the scoring. Whereas this way, if you can stop 2 units, if you make him use 2 units to get that objective, then it's a win for you, I think.
Yeah, totally. He's got 2 miners to come on, and his engineer is the. I won't tell you about the thing, but the engineer is the one in between the 2 war machines at the back.
That rune of kinship, is that what's important?
So
I don't know. I can't remember what the rune of kinship is.
So this is where we are. In my first turn, I be as positive as I humanly can. My ghasts go on the central objective. My skeletons march up and lose 2 to the dangerous terrain in the ruins. Otherwise, I come round on the side, just giving that Dragon Seeker some respect to start off with, just so that I don't have to get any silly charges into my knights or anything with him, because I think he could do some damage. You can see some vanguarding dwarf warriors on the side. My Spirit Host basically go after them to see if they can do anything. I'm not sure, but we'll see.
Well, they would be all right if it wasn't for the whole Guardians there. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Spirit Guardians, Spirit Hosts. But
I get a lucky. Well, he lets Grave Calls go on one of the Seeker, and I kill him. So that's really useful. I think it was just because I had so many other snipes and spells like that that could do some damage to him that he let that one go and just.
You hadn't got a unit of Seekers to hide in. I'm not sure you
exactly. Can. So, but yeah, and just hoping I didn't roll well, but I did. So happy days.
Great.
On to his turn, and he moves up like so. He starts turning around his unit that's got the spoil, presenting a rear, which is interesting, and then just moves up as much as possible. As you can see, one of my units of dogs have vanguarded and gone right up to stop his organ gun from shooting anything of real note. But I'm pretty sure the copters have flaming as well. I think there's definitely some flaming from those flying units. Which, by the way, if anybody's a Trekkie, will quite enjoy those models. He said he was more of a Star Wars guy, which I thought was interesting. So there you go. That's how he's moved up, just shuffling up. He started shooting with the dogs, trying to clear them before the organ gun goes, but unfortunately has to use the organ gun on them, which is great. That's round one start for me. But all his remaining things go into my gas and do 9 wounds, and that's quite a lot for a Res 5 5/8 region. Again, I'm pretty sure there was flaming that just bypassed
the forge repeaters are for flaming attacks.
There you go.
So not the shrapnel grenade part, but the actual shot.
Yeah,
the guns.
So that was interesting, and I was like, oh, okay, I really need to respect this shooting there, and actually going first kind of helped me in that regard as well, I think. Not that, I mean, he does have range issues, but yeah. So over here, I declare a charge. He flees, and that puts me on the thing. I'm like, all right, well, he's going to go into me. Hopefully, he doesn't rally so that he then has to go after it, whatever. Just some shenanigans. I think that was his plan as well. So I think we're both happy with what's going on here. I've got a chance of.
So I guess what he's done is he's now cleared your spirit hosts with the Hold Guardians. He's going to rally and come back and get the objective.
Yeah, exactly. So I can see that. That's fine. They're only 160 points to me. If I can get those, if he can fail a leadership, then happy days. Over here, I charge some chaff because I don't mind that too much. And I move up like so, marching with my skeletons and losing some skeletons, but big whoop. My ghouls come onto the objective, and really I'm not planning on using them in any way, shape or form.
Even though they can actually march with 3 ranks.
Yeah. But I'm just happy for them to score an objective. My knights do come up though, because I'm not really scared of anything on that side. And hoping to just clear through their flank, really.
Were your ghouls magnetised? Because that's really upsetting.
Yeah, they were. Yeah. But this is because I had them in Horde, and I was like, I'll put them there. And I was like, I just kept moving them. I was like, I'll do that later. And I just never did.
I just never did, yeah. Fair enough.
The Wraiths are the only other thing of note. They've moved from behind the gas to now as far away from all those big shooting as possible. Really, I'm at this point staying more than 15 inches away from the organ gun, so at least it's a little bit harder to hit me. I end up killing I haven't got a picture of it, but kill the chaff with my gas, and I heal another ghast in my phase. Basically, my magic phase is purely healing. So I heal, he stops it. I heal, he stops it, and I heal, and I get it.
Okay. I was just looking to see if the engineer gave the organ gun accurate, but I don't know. I
think it does something to it, yeah. He charges me, and that's going to be the end of that because they have magical attacks. He also brings one of his miners on to come over here, so there's that as well. Which I kind of didn't factor on, but I'm like, well, if the miners are over here, they're not doing anything over there.
Yeah, that's fine.
And this is him after movement, so he moves up on the left-hand side. He moves up one of his warriors just to, I guess, speed bump me, but also to take some shots as much as possible. See if he can plink. And he's kind of shifted as much as possible over to that right-hand side where he knows I'm not going to really be able to get him. Again, all of his shooting combined does 9 wounds. 10 wounds actually into me, and I'm like, oh god, I really need to heal. Over here, he just kind of whiffs, but he's still he does 4 wounds in total, and that's going to continue. On my turn, I stay where I am with the gas, but I move right up with the skeletons, hoping to draw some fire onto my skeleton cabin fodder. I make a decent charge. I think it's only like a 7 though. with my knights into his speed bump. And I move around like so. Ghouls just sort of waiting there at the back, not doing anything silly. Wraith's coming right over because I think if I can go down his back, then happy days. And and dogs coming up to stop any silly counter charges. Really. In Magic, I get another. I think I heal only once again, but I get 5. No, I must heal twice. Or I've got 2 from the heals. I'm not sure. I get at least 4.
Yeah.
And I might get 2 heals off this turn round. To get 2 more.
Maybe one of them was only 1 HP down or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Over here, he actually does 4 wounds to me in total when I go in.
3, I think, because I'd already taken 1.
Okay, there you go. So maybe the stand and shoot happened as well. But yeah, so I only do 5 because he's done wounds. He actually holds on steadfast, and I'm like, no, I was expecting to completely obliterate them. I think
that's fine though, because you can kill them on his turn.
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
Charge.
So it's not the worst thing in the world by any means. Over here, they do the opposite and go to town and kill them, but that's fine. Obviously, with the miners and the other guys rallying, he manages to. He doesn't need to turn around as well.
No.
Over here, he charges my dogs,
and
the other miners come on.
Interesting.
And we're still playing the game of where's the Thane? Oh, he's there in the corner. Because he can come on in Vanguard and he doesn't want any part of the battle. But what a nice paint job.
Absolutely.
We'll give him a bit of airtime just for that paint job. Well done.
When did you start drinking bitter lemon?
I don't mind a bit of lemon. But we're not sponsored by them today, okay?
Oh, right, sorry. Yeah, we'll save that for next time. Our Nana would be proud of you. She loved that. There you go.
She did. Bit of reminiscing.
Very good.
But yeah, so this is how it looks. Again, not too much of a in terms of movement and drastic movement, just shuffling around. His steam copters have come behind me, but I'm not too fussed by that really. They're not going to go into anything of note. And I'm staying more than 15 inches away from the organ gun with the thing, so that hasn't changed. Into shooting, and they do change targets.
Oh boy, yeah.
And blimey. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 of my 30 odd skeletons, and I'm like, okay.
Neither arise there.
To be fair, I am within short range of the organ gun, so I should be expecting some big ones, and it rolled decently for that.
Doesn't need to roll decently against skeletons.
Yeah. Over here, in a weird thing, it's obviously his turn. He chooses the combat on the left side, as we're looking at it, to go first. Now, what that enables me to do is to beat them, but not kill them. Overrun, catch them, or pursue, catch them, and then overrun into the whole Guardians.
Which gives your dogs half a chance of surviving.
Which gives my dogs half a surviving, and not only that, I get the vampiric 6-up to regain one of the guys, which is a bit of luck there.
I suppose there's a little bit of risk that the amount of dogs that die will crumble the knights, isn't there?
Yeah. Although it does mean that vampires go first, I do 5 wounds in total. He goes back to 6 because of the way things work. We all stick around, and that's not too bad.
That's fine. Yeah,
dogs might survive.
Well, no.
On my turn, so that's it for his turn.
You go for it anyway. Of course,
my turn. We charge in. The stand and shoot does a few more wounds. I think I've got another picture here. There's 6 more wounds. So I've lost 22 of and some to the dangerous terrains from prior. So we're down to 5 models.
And you pray that unit holds you in place for 2 turns.
Not what I'm bothered about. I've still got my vampire, I've still got the core.
Of course you have.
We're all gravy.
Delivery system's intact. It's all good.
The ghasts don't really move. They just sort of shuffle around so that everything's in their front. If they do want to charge in, I'm not too worried with all those things. I'm a bit conscious of that gyro bomber. Or grudge special, wherever it's on the hill. I don't want that to come in with something, but everything's the whole Guardians are only movement 5, so they're a surprising distance away, actually.
Sure.
So yeah, this is how it looks like. My race come up. My ghouls do actually march in this regard, but I'm too worried about anything else. Over here, this is how much I raise back. Oh baby, I needed that. And this is just my turn. My turns are just heal, heal, heal. They're not exciting. They're just there through efficiency, really. I think I might get some Gates of the Netherworld on my gas as well. Just get 1 or 2 wins here and there.
Yeah, it's just so good. Arise is just so good.
Yeah, I think this time as well I got 2 Arises off. He failed to stop one of them. Well, failed to stop 2 of them, I guess I should say. Over here, I just obliterate his small unit and overrun into the war machine.
That's all right.
Yeah, great. On the left side, my dogs do die. I fail to kill his whole guardians because they're Res 5 and I'm Res Strength 5 now. But we'll have another turn and I should be ready for my turn to pivot and all that jazz. So, yeah, not too unhappy, really, with how that's all gone. Over here, he moves like so. He charges into my flank. So we're a bit skeptical, but I do have the charge on his war machines to do some moves this turn, and then I'm hoping to just turn to face. So yeah, we'll see how that goes, really. But he's coming into me, so
they do a decent number of grind attacks or impact hits, one on the other. But
over here, the rest of the movement, he moves up to chaff, so I've got no counter charge with the ghasts, and moves up like so. I think he did declare a charge with Whole Guardians, but failed. But we'll see about that. Otherwise, he just moves around. His engineer is in that unit to the right, as we see it, of the organ gun.
Okay.
Over here, this is after combat, and I've turned with my Vampire Knights after killing the Whole Guardians. And this is the amount of damage they do to the skeletons there.
That's right. Going into your turn next, though, yeah?
Going into my turn next. I do kill the war machine, though, and I do get to turn to face, which is very nice, and I'll see if I can do that. Yep, show you that. We get to this point and realise that I can't turn to face like that, because I've now only got 3 models in. So from the next picture you'll see, you can see that I've gone a bit wider.
Yeah.
At that top. Otherwise, I've charged with my Vampire Knights, and
that was 3 points, surely, because you weren't going to do anything with the Gus up until then, were you?
Yeah, essentially. Well,
I
as you can see,
the need to chaff, but
Yeah, he's chaffed there and also shot them, so I've lost 2 gas again. Yeah. So I go in, and then he has got 2 units on this side that can countercharge me. So bearing in mind they're the spoil, they're the ones I've got now. Really look to
and hope the skeletons can just cope with the fact that they're all going to die and the vampires do the rest.
Wraiths and bats kind of just, as you see from this, kind of just keep up, as well as the ghouls, just in case. And I do get 1 raise off to get another ghast back. So I've got at least 4 of them. So again, my next turn will be pumping them in again, but this is how it looks, really. Into combat, I don't annihilate them, actually. I kill the chaff who run this way and go there. So that happens first. I then turn to face like so. Over in the other skeleton combat, I kill the... I beat them both, but I don't kill them both. But I am able to overrun. And I overrun, kill the Grudge Buster, kill the unit, but don't quite get into this... thingy unit or the organ gun. So the organ gun will have a shot.
That's not very far at all, was it?
No, it wasn't a great deal, but it was maybe, let's say, an 8 or something like that. So yeah, on this turn he charges the flank of my knights with this. So that's an interesting one. I've still got 7 wounds, 2 up armor, so I'm not too worried.
4 up with his strength 5,
But yeah, I do need to be careful about that. And he rallies with his fleeing dude as well. The Klingon war missile. I don't know. Otherwise, this is how it looks. He moves up as engineer to have some pot shots and help the organ gun, hoping for a last. I think this is round 5 maybe. like a last round of shooting to obliterate my skeletons, really, because they're points. After shooting and after combat, his Grudgebuster thing just whiffs entirely. Doesn't kill a single thing. I do a 1 wound to him, and we end up holding because I've got a standard. Well, I say holding. We don't crumble anymore. All of his shots, and I think his organ gun got a misfire on this one as well.
Oh wow!
Or there was one of the ones where he got misfire, one of the ones where he literally rolled 2 1s. So it was like whatever that. So he doesn't actually end up killing my skeletons. I think I've still got 1, 2, 3, 4 left.
Which is plenty.
Which is fine when you've got 3 arises still.
So I go into the vampires on board.
I go into the organ gun hoping to clear that and overrun into the engineer unit, and move up like so with everything. My wraiths are there for a magic move if I need it, but obviously we've got more important magic to go. And one of them is a heal, and I heal them up and go to this. But also, because I get 1 heal off, I try a really big Raven's Wing. I get it off, and he fails to stop it, so I sweep the other thing. So at least the race have done something in this game, and end up like so. After combat, I kill the organ gun, overrun. This looks like it's impossible placement, but as you can see from this, I could have gone in and he would just move. So at this point, it's
he'd close the door.
It's just turn 6, which is the reason why it looks like this. So I would just move in like that. In terms of this one, I do 1 wound again to him, but he actually does some wounds to me this time, so we're battling out over there.
Yeah, that Grudgebuster really doesn't rely on the charge. It's just as effective off the charge. I mean, I say that. I mean, there's slightly different numbers with impact hits and grind.
Yes.
I can't remember which way around it is, but they're not terribly less consistent, one or the other.
Yeah, but that was my turn 6 into his turn 6. And this is after combat, and so I'm left with 1 champion on 1 guy, which is half points, baby. And I did another wound to him, but that's not quite half points, so I don't get that for that. No, but I do survive, so it's only 200 odd points, and they've got their money's worth from the rest of the stuff that they've got.
Yeah.
Over here, I end up getting the engineers unit as well.
Sweet.
And I think he might have just moved his thing. I don't get any points for that other one. You can see it just here at the bottom of the screen. Just moving them out of the way. But I do get that unit and the engineer and the general. So it's a nice, decent amount of points in that last one.
But wait, Lucky Sixes. What have we missed? Where's Mr. Referee calling the timeout? Surely not now.
Very good question. And so I'll tell you why. So there was no timeout in this because I felt like I was pretty comfortable and I knew what to do.
You're
really.
It.
Yeah. This
who needs a coach?
In terms of matchup, surprisingly, this was my most comfortable game. I think as it went, and I was just enjoying it. The opponent was really cool. It was really fun to chat to. Actually, it was one of my most fun. To actually talk to, and we were just having a lot of fun in the game. I felt like in terms of tactics and things, there wasn't much else to actually talk about. This was the right play on everything, and considering how much I was worried about MSU Dwarves, that actually didn't fit. So I didn't take time out, and he came around at the end, and boy was he angry.
You got telling off.
And he said, "You know what? Even if games are going like this, you should have a timeout just so that we can talk through things and see if you can get more points or you're being too rash and stuff, or like you haven't seen things, just so you can talk through it." And I did get a bit of a telling off. He was like, "You know what? I know things are going well for you.
Screw you.
Have a
Round 6, you're on your own.
You got to have a timeout." And this is another thing of we make the mistake so you don't have to, folks. Yeah. So he was angry with me. He was angry in the most kindest Tom angry way. And there was no timeout, and he told me I should, so I need to make sure of that for next time. So there you go.
You should have called a timeout as you were counting the points. So can you count these up for me?
But yes, so there we go. So actually a pretty, in terms of the actual game points wise. Oh yeah, this is just being more angry. A resounding victory for the vampires, and what I found out was a bad matchup for the dwarves. Really.
Okay.
Purely because I had 3. Yes, because he offered me an 11 to start off with, and I said, "Oh, you ain't getting nothing."
The game.
Yeah, and actually, interestingly, we were joking about it. I was like, "Well, you go until you go up to 12, we got nothing." And me, I'm thinking, "Yeah, I'll take a 12 because I don't like to shoot dwarves." And you got an organ gun. What are you?
He didn't offer you 12.
He refused the 12 because that was too much. Or it was like 12 and 13 or something like that. Something silly.
Yeah.
And I got 19 out of it. So thankfully, I wasn't tempted into any
held your nerve.
I held my nerve this time round. I wanted to play it out as well because I hadn't got much experience of this. Although that is a thing that I was like, well, maybe I need to not play it out because I haven't got much experience with this.
So you've avoided your 0-20, and you've now got the big win.
And I've got a big win to come away from the UTC, which I'm super happy with. I'm super happy.
Yeah, that's great. And I mean, in terms of the actual ETC yourself, you're 3 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. Is that right?
In terms of ETC alone,
yes,
I am a draw.
Not the friendlies, the one that didn't matter.
This is number 5. So 2 wins, a draw, and a loss before this. So this is 3 wins.
Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, great. That's a really good stat line to have.
Oh yeah, absolutely buzzing. I'm absolutely buzzing coming up after this, and I say achieving. It was the first time I felt, and I think it's because of the matchup more than my thing. But the first time I felt in control of a game at the UTC and able to sort of not just go through the motions or have a risky plays or get lucky by something. It was just solid.
That's one thing about only casting arises, isn't it? Like you either get them off or you don't. There's no a cast Graves call. I rolled a double 1.
Yes, but
any of that
really with 3. I mean, I cast Grave calls first off because I hadn't got anything to heal. Really, I could have overhealed, but really, I've got 3 arises. He's not going to stop all 3 if I do 3/3/3 to him. And likely he has like 5, maybe 6 dice. So if I'm rolling 3 dice at it, I've got the +1.
Of course you have. Yeah.
So I should get it off. So it's up to him whether to stop 1 or
but that's what I mean.
1 and things like that. So
you can't have the swings when you're just doing a variety.
Yeah.
I mean, you might roll not enough to cast it, but that's very unlikely as long as you're not doing it with less than 2 dice. And even then, sometimes you do it to force the opponent to dispel. So that's why Arise is just so good.
Really good. It was really good, and it was really as a hereditary spell. The fact that I got it 3 times is just insane. Really, really good.
Yeah.
And and a big win in terms of the team, though.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
we kind of come up trumps. We get some big results and some of the bigger results actually not in the greens, ironically. We got myself and Luke
smooshed it
from taking some of the yellows. So actually we had a really
nice one, Darren. Good result there as well.
Yeah, very good, very good.
Was you very unhappy after this?
Well, I don't know with people. Right? Yeah, he was obviously okay with it because the team did well. He was a bit disappointed in his own thing, but if you look at Hugh's list, it's a no magic rush Mammoth Hunter list. So it's either gonna get big wins or it's gonna get big losses. That's
sure,
like
fair enough.
The design of the list is to be that one that can get the big points, and because mine is more of a get a 12 or a 13 win. You know, it isn't really ultra designed to get 19s a lot or big losses a lot.
Yeah.
So whereas his is an all or nothing type list because it rushes at you and it wins or it doesn't, and this time it doesn't. So, but overall, we got a cap.
Superb.
So a big win.
Good time to do it,
and a great time to do it. In terms of that submarine /
no one was mentioning the submarine until you did that.
/ home nation things. So really, really happy. All round, really, we got a cap win. I got a big win and there's a few goals ticked. And the Serbian guys were really, really good fun as well. We were all in good spirits again. And I know my game was really. We actually got told to hurry up because we were having too much fun. So there you go.
Good job you didn't call a timeout then, wasn't it?
Well, that's what I said, but apparently that wasn't correct. Anyway, sets us up nicely for a round 6 opponent. Obviously, we're trying to get
it's not going to be anyone in crucial, surely.
Wales, baby. Wales. And currently we sit 17th and 19th, us and them respectively, with about 10 points between us, and we'll go through that a bit more. All to play for in that last one. Lots of bragging rights all round, and we'll see who I come up against as well.
I'm already salivating. Looking forward to it.
It's a good one.
It's going to be amazing.
It's a very good one.
To be fair, this was a really good one, so well done to you. Really, really nice when a plan just comes together, isn't it? Really?
That's it, really, yeah.
Everyone loves those games, apart from when you lose them. But yeah.
When it's
Sweet.
Not your
All
plan.
Right. No. So yes, let's comment on how wonderful Lucky Sixes is, and also memory lanes from start of PTG and questions for us if we do that video later on in the year.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That sounds like a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun just talking
but
about
in the meantime, like, share, subscribe, check out our Patreon. We are going to be doing that, especially a lot more next year. We've done a bit of it this year. We're going to do a bit more next year. Perhaps even some exclusive content. We don't know. All the sharing is much obliged. But of course, the main thing for us, please comment down below, because that really that keeps us busy the rest of the week.
Gives us something to do in an evening.
Yeah.
Great. All right, cool. We'll see you in round 6 for ETC wrap up and Wales.
Yeah, man.
Looking forward to it.
See you later.